Hi, I'm Scott Johnson, the creator of Job Hound, and I'm here to show you how to use the product. First off, thank you for watching this. All right, so you go to jobhound.io, and the first thing you're going to want to do is click Login Sign Up. All right, I'm going to click Sign Up today, and just going to fill in an email. I'm going to create a whole new account so you see the exact ground zero experience. All right, create my account. Let me start using Job Hound. All right, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is go and get your bookmarklet. Save your password in your browser, of course, because it makes your life easier. All right, so you drag this up, and I happen to already have one here because I did this just this morning prior. Delete the old one. All right, so now what you want to do is your bookmarklet is going to let you easily send a job in from any one of the job sites that you see below. You can actually take a job in from anywhere you find on the internet, but those sites Job Hound will automatically import company, job title, description, and so on. So let's start by going to, let's say, Stack Overflow, okay? Because Stack Overflow does a great job for developer jobs. And let's pretend that we're looking for a JavaScript React job, and that we are in San Francisco. Okay, could be anywhere, but all right. So now you see a whole bunch of jobs. All right, and all right, we're looking for. Let's say we're looking for a senior front end software job. Let's pick the top one. All right, now you look at this. Yeah, it actually looks pretty good, right? It's using. I don't like Angular, so we're going to go back, and we're going to get maybe this one. All right, and not a lot of information there. And we'll grab, here we go. Good, looking for React, that's what we do, etc. So I'm going to click the Job Hound link, and you'll notice that we loaded up job URL, job title, company, salary, etc., and set it to a status of I need to apply. Okay, because I haven't sent my resume in. What I'm hearing what I call get we're at the job hunt stage, right? We're looking for stuff and we're going to gather it up. All right, I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to click Create Job. And this takes you to your dashboard. And here what you'll find is a list of all the jobs that you've applied for, okay, and their state. Jobs you're currently interviewing for, jobs you were turned down for, things you already applied for, okay? And as you go, you'll find that jobs you already applied for is going to have the most things in it by definition. So now what I can do is I can go click on the job, and now I am ready to write a cover letter. So I'm going to click Add Cover Letter. And the first thing you'll see is our cover letter writer. Now, this feature, which I'm in the middle of actually reworking and will get quite a bit better probably after this weekend, lets you go write a cover letter. And you can start by typing it out. Dear hiring manager, my name is Scott, and I'm looking to apply. I am applying for the job of experienced front-end developer. And write the rest here. Okay. Now, if you notice, we start by building you a two edit window, edit window, so you can easily copy and paste information from here, just like this. I am a good fit for Tyrion for this role because, and usually what I do is I paste in stuff from below, and then I go and make some changes, okay, etc. Right? But I write my cover letters right here, okay? Yeah, it's not a full word processor, but I found that the benefit of having all of what's in the Job Hound, what's in the job, is worthwhile. All right. So now I'm going to save that. Right, all the job description at your fingertips is very worthwhile. So I'm now going to save that. All right. And all right. So now now what I can do is I can go and copy this text. Okay. So let's say you're ready to apply. So you copy this text, and I'm gonna open this up in another tab, and let's see how this company wants their application. Okay, so they're going to give us a form. So I'm going to click here, and now I'm going to fill this out. All right, so my name is Scott Johnson. Yep, that's my email address right there. It's my real email address. If you want to get in touch with me, just give me a call. Yep, probably shouldn't admit it, but that's my phone number. Stack Overflow. Okay, so now they're going to ask us a bunch of questions. And at some point here, proof engine, money, distributed computation. And at some point here, I probably picked a really bad example. Oop, I needed to fill that out. Expert, yes. Okay, and custom forms as part of a job application, you'll find this all the time. Now, if I'm not going to go any further here. At some point here, I would usually be able to paste in my cover letter. Okay. Now you'll also find that when you have a whole bunch of additional questions like this, one of the really nice things that Job Hound lets you do is you can go and add custom notes here. Okay. So when they see, links to additional projects, go and create that as a custom note, and then say, give a list of these things, and just say, so maybe jobhound.io, because that would be my personal project. Let's see, what else can I give them? www.shouldigem.com, which is another personal project, etc. And then the next time you have to answer this exact same question for somebody else, it's all typed out. Okay? And then you can save this out. And then at any point you can get back to it just by going to your notes item. Here, copy and paste. And then this can go here, just like that. Go to next. Okay, and oh, by the way, here is, I can go back to my cover letters, get my cover letter, copy that, paste this in here. Sometimes the cover letter will not be called that. Sometimes it will be called, anything else you'd like to tell us, etc. Now, in their case, they also want you to go here and submit your resume with an upload form. Okay. All right. So let's say that this went well, and you've now got a job offer you've now got an interview request from Tyrion. All right. So you're going to go back to your jobs page, click here, and now you're going to edit it. Okay. And yes, absolutely aware that these web forms could look better. They will look better. Job Hound is actively being improved on. So now you tell us you got an HR interview. Okay, and update the job so it's been scheduled. And now let's say that you're at the point where the interview has arrived. So you're going to go into here and you're going to add a note. And I'm going to type out HR interview with, I don't know, let's say it's a male interviewer named Amit. Okay. And you're talking to them, and They give you some questions. They tell you, okay, we pay twice a month. We offer insurance, 401k, all the kind of good stuff that you want to know. And then the interviewer asks you the dreaded, so what questions do you have for me? Well, and you just immediately draw blank. Been there, done that. I got the award for failing a bunch of interviews. So let's click on Human Resources, and Job Hound will suggest a whole bunch of really, maybe not perfect questions, but what I think are really good questions. So for example, you say to the HR person, well, what can you tell me about the company? Okay, and they give you the answer. You might write it down, you might not. The one thing I would really suggest is that you focus on, can you explain your hiring process to me, right? Because every company's got a different process, and some people do whiteboard interviews, some people do coding tests, people want to see personal projects, some people do homework. Whatever they tell you, take some notes and write it down. Okay, now save your notes. Okay, and now you're able to go back to your edit page afterwards, and you talk to the HR person. They tell you, all right, we're now going to queue you up for a technical interview. So, click on got a technical interview. All right, that comes around. Go back into the notes feature, and technical interview. And now let's say you're in that same awful, what questions do you have for me? Technical? Well, here is a very good set of generic technical questions. These are all questions that I found really useful when I went through my extended set of interviews. And I also took the liberty of writing out questions that are good for a specific context. So, like, for example, these are general technical questions, which are good. But let's say you're up for a JavaScript job, which is what we talked about. Here at the bottom are some very specific JavaScript questions that you might want to ask. Okay, now I'm not a big JavaScript guy. I could have gotten these wrong. If you are a JavaScript person, there's questions you want to send in, I'd love to have them. If there's other categories of questions, I'm happy to update this list. Keep going. But the things that you want to, that you might find specific to a particular job, happy to help and get them up there. Okay. All right, so now you got past those, save your notes off, okay? And at every point you want to take notes because you never know what you're going to be asked in a future thing, and if you're lucky enough to get multiple jobs, those notes will help you make an evaluation. Because let's say, for example, that you really don't like, it's a JavaScript job and you really don't like promises. Well, you probably want to know that this job uses promises a lot, okay? All right, so now you can go back in. Other types of things they're going to tell you, and they might say, all right, well, we're going to have, coding challenge, coding project, coding homework coming. Make a note of that, and that becomes a task. If they tell you that you've got a deadline coming up, you can add deadlines. Okay. Now, other things that are useful. There is a little minimal news feed built into Job Hound. So this tells you, all right, I got an HR interview for a front-end developer position. That's great. Positive, keeping you up to date on your status. Okay, so now if we go back to jobs, we'll see that our Tyrion job has moved from jobs to apply for to jobs that you're currently interviewing for. You'll also notice a very helpful shopping cart icon, which if I was to go back to Stack Overflow, okay, and let's go back and let's find our next job. Okay, and all right. So I'm looking for, okay, I'm not in the Netherlands. That's a problem. I don't want to go to Columbus, Ohio because I'm in the Bay Area. But, ooh, there's a remote front-end job. That's attractive. So click here, go down, read it. Okay, that looks good. All right. So now I'm going to go and apply and click that, add that into Job Hound. And once I save it, you'll notice that you've now got one job to apply for, one job you're currently interviewing for, and if you click on your shopping cart, you'll only get the jobs you need to apply for. It works just like a shopping cart. Okay. Other types of things that you can do here. Okay. We looked at, okay, so let's say we go here and let's go simulate the fact that we just got turned down for this. I was rejected. Always make a note of why you're rejected. Didn't have Redux experience. Okay, and if you're lucky enough to know now, you may never find out, and that's kind of the norm. So update that. Our news feed goes from smiley face to frowny face. Okay, and the idea here is to give you a feeling for what your progress is. If you look back at jobs, yeah, you're going to show up as a job you were turned down for, and this is so you can help keep track of, so you don't mistakenly reapply for something. And you'd think that wouldn't happen, and when you've only got 2 jobs, yeah, that's the case. But if you go and apply for 25 jobs, this is going to be helpful. Okay, and I say this as someone who was turned down for an awful lot of jobs. All those screenshots you've seen online of my state and large number of jobs you were turned down for, that was me. That was not simulated data. Okay. Other things that are useful, reports. Well, maybe you want to see a list of all the companies that you applied for. Okay, so here you go. All right, and this is broken down into 2 tiers: companies where you had success and all companies. Okay, and as you interact with a job with Job Hound, Job Hound keeps track of everything you do, and it scores jobs based on your basically on the number of your interactions and how significant the interaction was. Get an HR interview, you get a little bump. Get a technical interview, get a bigger bump. Pass a coding challenge, get an even bigger bump. Okay? And then what we use that for, okay, and I've gotten a lot of questions about data security and data privacy. What that's used for is actually in a helpful way. So for example, when you go and look at all your cover letters that you've written, they will be organized by most successful to least successful. Okay, so if you go and look at the cover letter report, here is your most successful cover letter because it at least got you some kind of interview, and it tells you here company, all the contents of the cover letter, that you got through the HR screening and the technical interview, and that you found it on Stack Overflow. Okay, and that's very deliberate because you're going to want to reuse this down in the future, right? You don't have to write them from scratch every single time, but you'll get a better result in your job hunt if you do adapt a successful cover letter to a different company. Okay, let's go back and look at the other reports. This will tell you job hunt metrics. So you can see, okay, I applied for 0 jobs. Okay, and yeah, that's a coding error right there. Sorry about that. I will fix that. I got 1 interview. I got a technical interview. Okay, and it'll drill it on down, and it'll keep track of average days to rejection, and more importantly, average days to job offer, right? So at least you can get a feel for, well, this one's past the average days, I may never get a response, and unfortunately that's all too common. All right, you can look at all the job titles you applied for. Okay, experienced front-end developer, right? Again, just remember, because you use the bookmarklet, you don't have to type in experienced front-end developer or front-end developer or where the job was located, etc. Job Hound actually creates that for you. Okay. Where jobs were located, you can see San Francisco and no office location, i.e. in this case was remote. Okay. And you can look at your success organized by job source, and yes, there should be something there, and don't know why. It's very early in the morning. I will look into getting that fixed. Okay. And that's, in a nutshell, that's Job Hound. Okay. Basically, you start by sending jobs into it, figure out what jobs you want to apply for, write a cover letter, take notes, use the questions feature to guide yourself through the interview so you're not stammering for a question. Okay, and I wish you all the best of luck with your job search. Thank you so much.